let's get to the action. So here everybody is. You guys are all in the tavern. You'll notice that between Radovan, this is where these guys are, over here at this table. Between Radovan and Kia is the little peasant. Hi, I'm a peasant. Basically, they are all sitting around him. He is tied up. He can't move. They hid the fact that his hands were tied when they went into the inn because Kia wrapped her big blue cloak around him. And they sat down at the table ready to question this guy. So, what are we going to do, guys? Where are we going next? What's the game plan?
Have I made it back to the inn yet?
At this point, let's just say you were 20 minutes behind everybody, but yeah.
Okay,
Other than that, everyone was just doing like hateful glares at each other. So you're here.
Not hateful on my end. I'm looking at Kia and I'm going like, how you doing?
How you doing? Yeah, Kia
Hey,
with her 18
here.
charisma.
Well, friends have fun too, you know. To relieve the stresses of stuff.
The gag.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm just gonna keep looking over at you, Kia. Oh, you're ready? Shall we go?
No, I'm ready to start this thing.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought we were already started.
All right, guys. So yes,
Sorry.
bearing in mind, Radovan, you are under. Don't. We're gonna get a shiggles
I was already role playing. What are you doing to me? All right.
Radovan is under the charm spell. So just a reminder, Kia is, as far as you're concerned, your trusted, bestest friend in the whole world.
Right.
Of course, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so your little peasant is kind of, or your little mini thug is kind of squirming with his hands tied behind his back and he's gagged. He's like, but he's not really trying to bring attention to himself.
Like, well, seriously. Do you think this guy's gonna scream if we ungag him, Rado?
Oh, I'm sure, but we need to get drinks for us. We need to celebrate. We're alive. You're alive. Looking good. Raisa, you welcome to join us. You know, we're all good together. What do you say?
No, actually, I think we should question this guy, because if I killed all those people for nothing, then I'm going to feel terrible.
Yeah,
Do we want to question him in the noisy...
No, we gotta take him upstairs.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want, let's do it. I'm game.
Okay.
But we gotta come back down here. We need to drink.
We will celebrate Radovan, for sure.
All right, cool.
Alrighty.
All right, yeah, we're gonna take him upstairs, which sounds really weird, but
Yes, it does.
we're gonna take him to a room, I guess.
Okay. So you're gonna grab the young thug and drag him up to one of the rooms. Okay. He doesn't resist in any way, shape, or form. He very scaredly and intimidatedly follows you or marches ahead of you. I mean, bear in mind, this guy is the youngest of the group, and he watched you butcher his 4 buddies. So he is in no way interested in messing with you guys at this point. So you push him into your room and close the door.
Which is it my room? I'll push him into my room, right?
That'll work.
Okay.
That'll do. Okay, sure.
So as we're walking up, I want to say to Kia, Kia, are you going to interrogate him, or who's
I
talking
feel
to
like
him?
that's kind of your domain there.
Excellent. All right.
Okay, I back off a little bit. Like,
All right, so
I'll
we're
stand
in the room.
corner, so-
I'm going to go up to him, and I'm going to bring
Okay.
my dagger out. The trusty dagger is out. And we're going to have a conversation like this. And I'm going to say to
At
him.
dagger point.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to remove the gag first or not?
No,
Okay.
the gag's in his mouth.
All right.
And I'm going to say to him, you're not going to scream, right? You know what happens if you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, I will keep this and remove the gag.
Okay, he takes a like breathes like he's been fighting his breath the entire time. The gag was so tight.
Excellent.
Okay, you're
So
not going to kill me, are you?
Well, that depends on you. And we're just going to have a conversation. I'm just going to casually have this in my hand, just as I
So
talk.
casual.
Yes.
I'm kind of in the corner, just watching.
So I'm going to use this while I talk to him. I'm going to point at him and say, so, why were you following her? And we'll point to Kia.
Well, Jonas told us that she looked like a likely suspect and we should follow him.
A suspect.
Yeah, well, you don't understand what it's like in Cheapsides. It's really hard to find anything to eat.
Could you slow down? I'm, keeping.
You're gonna get a glare from me, Radovan.
I look at Kia for permission.
I didn't know you could write Radovan.
I never mentioned this. Oh, this is my journal, Kia. Yeah, I write everything.
Anyways, what's your name, by the way?
Well, the gang calls me Stumpy on the grounds of my short stature. You see.
Gang.
All right, Stumpy. You were saying about how difficult it is in Cheapsides?
Well, yeah, we don't have a lot to eat, and it's hard to come by something. And well, Jonas and a few of the others, they kind of, well, I don't want to call it a gang as such, but sometimes if we see somebody looking out of sorts, like, they got a little bit of extra coin, we try and have a chat with them and convince them that they possibly should give us some of it to help out.
You chat with them.
And we was gonna, that's what we was gonna do. We was gonna walk up to her and ask her if she got a few coins spare. And then all of a sudden...
Listen to me. The two of you that walked around the side, what were you gonna do?
Well, we were just making sure she didn't have any extra friends or anything.
Yeah. I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
How is your gang doing? They're doing well, right?
Well, I think you killed 4 of them. So not really, no.
That was Kia. Kia was amazing. Did you see those blasts, man?
Yeah, don't...
Please, let's not talk about it.
I don't trust her. Keep her away from me.
I thought they were mighty impressive.
Anyways, and I'm going to come up to him and I'm going to say, so you were going to talk to her, and I'm just going to kind of poke him.
Well, Jonas has a way of talking to people to where they tend to want to give him money. He's very persuasive.
I'm gonna look at Kia.
Nope.
Can I do sense motive on him and see if he's lying to me?
You can try, yeah. Let's have a D20 roll then.
Oh,
D20 for sense roll sense motive roll.
That.
You move this stuff over. I need space.
Alright, hang on here.
Alrighty.
Let's get that 20.
Roll the 20.
Can you imagine first roll out if we can get a roll like a natural 20? That would be
go
that
for
would
it,
be
Racer.
rigged for
Sense
sure.
motive.
Rigged for sure. 9 or 11.
It's hard to determine if he's lying or if his voice is just full of like confusion and fear. You can't really get a good read on the guy.
Keo is gonna try to get a read on him as well.
Okay, what's Kia gonna... I mean, just from what he's saying? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just a sense motive.
Go for it. Yeah,
I'm
you're
too
even
far
more
away
clueless.
in the corner of the room.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, he's kind of, he's tied up, first of all, so he's obviously very intimidated. So what he's saying, some of what he may be saying may be out of fear. He may be trying to defer attention or blame from himself. It's just too hard for you guys to read him right now.
Do you,
Yes.
Kia, is there anything you want me to do?
Just keep on writing. You're doing great. You're doing great, buddy.
Because I'm not a diplomat or anything. I don't have better, abilities to do things. Just let you as a friend. I'm letting you know.
Just so you know, I didn't mean you any harm. I really thought he was just going to talk to you. Normally what happens is he walks over, we all surround the person, he says, we're really, really desperately in need of a few extra silver. I don't suppose you've got any, do you? And normally they kind of look all scared and hand it over.
So
and that's all we was going to do, but this time it didn't kind of work that way, because before we had a chance to do anything, that blue-robed witch, she shot like balls of blue light out of her hands, and it almost killed my friend dead.
Oh, they're so beautiful, though. Seriously.
And then all of a sudden, we was in a fight for our lives, and I didn't know what to do. It was scary, and I didn't kill anybody, I didn't hurt any of you. I tried my best to just kind of like get away, but that didn't really happen.
So what happens if you surround somebody and they don't give you money?
That's never happened, so I don't know.
And you only ever get money?
Usually, yeah.
never ever take more?
Not
Ever?
not that I know of, anyway. No.
Okay.
I'm just happy to get a few copper pieces to put some food in me and me poor old mum's belly.
So you're intimidation thugs.
Well, I'm just really a number. I'm just one more person to make it look more intimidating. I never do any of the talking.
Thug number 4.
That's about it. Thug number 4, that would be me. Stumpy.
Tell me more about this gang.
Well, there's not
Like,
really
is there more to the gang? Do you have a name?
Oh, no, nothing organised like that. We're just...
Not Jonas's gang.
Well, I suppose it would be his gang. He is the ringleader, but we don't really have a name for it.
Does he report to anybody? Does he have to, like,
Not that I know of.
pay anybody off?
We just all meet up at night time and we walk around and look for opportunities, you know. He calls us streetwise entrepreneurs.
Ah. I'm just gonna look at Kia like, I got nothing more, like...
I promise if you let me go, I won't tell the guards or nothing that you killed us.
Hey, no, wait. So, do you know of more organized gangs that you have ever been asked to join, or maybe you've seen around town?
I've never been asked to join any, no, but I do definitely know there is a bit more of an organised operation going on in town.
Tell us now.
Well, I don't know much, only what I've heard.
What have you heard?
That there is a organised crime something or other.
I'm sure you know more than that.
Honestly, I don't. I'm not that bright, and to be honest, I'm just really in it just to get something to eat. Quantes, thanks for the follow, man.
Kia's feeling really terrible about this whole thing.
I'm really not anybody important, and honestly, if you let me go and don't like turn me into nothing, you know, unnatural, I promise I'll never ever nick anything from anybody again. I'll try and earn a living a more honestest way.
That's likely.
Well, I don't have a lot of choice, really. You've killed all my friends. Jonas is dead in the street somewhere.
Okay, we don't have to talk about it. Just let him go.
Let him go?
You sure, Kia?
Yeah, she knows what she's talking about. Let me go.
Well, we
It's
know
the
there's
right
an
thing to
organized
do.
gang. How do we find this organized gang?
Maybe, you know what, how about this? Let's make a deal. If you want to be let go, you're going to find this organized gang for us.
Find it?
Yes.
I wouldn't even know where to look.
You know, you did say we don't understand the cheap sides, and you do. So...
But they don't operate around cheap sides. Think about it. What is there to nick in cheap sides? If you want to find organised thieving, where would you look? Where there's stuff to
that's
thieve.
exactly what you're going to help us with.
Well, I don't know anything about any of that.
Well, you certainly sound like you do.
Yeah,
a lot
cheap
more than we do.
sides. But if you want anything...
Well, if you don't want to make a deal, then I guess we don't have to
Well,
let
no,
you.
fair enough. I'll do whatever you say. But I'm just saying, you know, cheap size isn't where to look, I don't think.
Well,
They don't ever show
you're
up there.
from
There's
the
nothing to
city.
steal. Why would they?
you can show us around way better than anybody else.
I can show you around Cheapsides.
Well, you can show us around the rest of the city too.
If I as much as pretty much step up in the rich part of town, I usually just get beat up and arrested. I don't go there.
Who beat you up?
The guards do.
I just said because they know you?
We're considered vagrants, they say. You're dirty, filthy vagrants and no one around here wants to see your sort around. Get back to Cheapsides where you belong. That's typically what I hear.
I got none of that treatment. We wandered the city today, and look at me.
That's right.
Yeah, but look at the company you keep. Sorry, if I was to walk
Yeah,
around with
you
a right
got
tasty-looking girl like her and that intimidating creature with a dagger...
She is amazing, isn't she? You're absolutely right.
Well, you
Thanks,
don't.
Random.
You do see a few elves around here.
Oh, you're
but
so welcome.
I've
Keith.
never seen an elf looking quite so, well, you know, tasty.
Shut up. Please
Sorry, I didn't mean to
do
offend
something
you.
about him. Please do
don't
something
kill
about
me.
him. And I'm
Hey.
gonna walk out of the room right now
I get to do something
and
about
go
him.
down to the bar.
Okay, so Kia's gone downstairs. She's left you two to it.
You really upset her. You do realize that,
I
right?
didn't mean to. I was trying to pay her a compliment.
Well, you do know what happened to the last person that spoke like that, right? In my life, I did something really messed up, and I don't want to have to do it again. But since you insulted her, I just might.
Well, look, just let me go. I haven't done nothing. I'll try to find these people for you if I can, honest.
Raisa, deal with him. I'm gonna go see how Kia's doing.
No, don't leave me with her. She's got that dagger out.
I get up and leave as well to follow downstairs.
Please don't kill me. I haven't done nothing. I'll help you any way I can. Don't knife me, though. No, if you kill me, no one's going to be there to take care of my poor old mum.
All right. Can I sense motive on him again if I ask him a question?
Not really, no. He's kind of... He's just too difficult to read. There's too much going on with him. He's terrified at this point. When you can see him, he's like quaking. It's possibly he may pee himself at any point, especially now he's been left alone.
It's okay, we're in Radovan's room.
Radovan can clean it up.
I see how it is. Okay.
So it's just you and your mother, hey?
He said, yeah. He said, you don't understand what it's like living here. He said, we're really, really repressed. We have to scrounge up everything we possibly can. And Mum's not fit to work, and, well, no one really is going to employ likes of me, are they? I'm not good for anything. So,
why not?
Yeah, sorry, I got involved with the wrong sort, and maybe we do nick a thing or two, but we don't ever hurt anybody. Well, hadn't until today, when all of a sudden tonight, suddenly someone's blasting people with blue magic and shooting arrows, and I said, you see what that bloke did with that big club?
I did,
He smashed his head in. It was disgusting.
Well, she is a little crazy sometimes. That was not what was supposed to happen tonight.
Well,
I could tell you that.
I'm glad to hear it, but as I said, if you let me go, I promise I won't say nothing. And if I do hear anything, I'll keep my ear to the ground. If I hear anything at all about the organised things going on here, I'll run back to the inn and let you know.
And you realize that if you break this promise, I will find you.
Oh, I'm sure you will. I ain't going to be going nowhere. I'm going to be in Cheapsides. Can't afford to go anywhere else. But just understand, I don't really know anybody, and I don't know nothing, and Cheapsides is the only place I know, and they don't come there. There ain't nothing to steal. Personally, if I was an organised thug that liked nicking stuff, first of all, it depends on what you nick. You got to have a place to sell it, right? So the first thing is I would ask people that might be willing to buy valuable things, and then secondly, I'd be more interested in checking out the places where such people might operate, and that ain't Cheapsides.
So I'm going to bring up my dagger.
Okay, his eyes immediately kind of...
Yeah.
And he pulls
and then
back
with
in
my
his chair.
Other hand, I'm going to reach into my coin purse, actually.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab 2 silver.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to give it to him, and I'm going to say, dagger pointed, I'm going to say, I'm sorry about your friends. Keep your promise. And you won't see me again. And I'll just kind of give him the money.
Okay, well, his hands are still tied, so it just kind of falls into his lap.
Yeah. So, because I meant to do that.
I meant to do that.
Yes. Now.
Love it.
I will untie him.
Okay.
And basically say, now leave, and don't make a commotion about it.
Okay, he grabs the coins. As he kind of stands up, the coins fall to the floor. He reaches down quickly, grabbing them, stuffing them in his grubby little pockets. Looks at him, he says, "Thank you, miss. You'll not regret it, I promise. If I find anything out, I'll come and find you."
Okay.
And he scurries out the room. Okay, Radovan and Kia, you see the guy come belting down the stairs. He almost stumbles down the last step. And as he does so, he kind of stops, almost as if he just remembered something. And then... really inconspicuously whistles his way towards the door. and leaves the tavern.
All right, so before I go downstairs, I just want to like take a little look around the room.
Okay, so it's just Radovan's room.
Okay.
Did you take your journal with you, Radovan, or is it laying there?
I left it there.
Okay, so the only thing in Radovan's room, there is a locked. All of his shutters are locked. His wardrobe is locked, and there is a large, thick journal laying on the bed.
Oh, do I read it?
Yeah.
You know,
Do
maybe I'll take a glance at it. See what.
Alrighty.
Can I not? I don't know.
That's up to you. That's entirely up to you. It's laying
What
there,
would
and
Raisa
Radovan
do?
and Kia is not there.
Yeah, what would Raisa do?
Yeah.
What would you do?
There's no harm in taking a look.
WWRD.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
WWRD. Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. Yes, she will, because... Yes, I will. I have a reason for looking, so...
Oh god.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna look at what he just wrote, like, kind of start... Because I'm interested to see what he's writing as he's charmed.
Hold on.
Then I think that's going to be really down to Radovan to tell you what he wrote, because I'm not going to interpret it for him. So, read away, Mr. Radovan Rainier, Cleric of St. Cuthbert.
Oh, you want me to read? Okay.
Well, yeah, we just need to know what was the last entry.
This is basically this is what I wrote. I think this is great. Kia is in my room. She's so pretty. Raisa is interrogating some bastard who tried to kill us. We suspect it, well... You know, doesn't matter. Those blue balls of awesome were awesome. I mean, the fact that they whizzed right by me and didn't hit me is so impressive. I don't think I could have ever done that. Raisa's getting a little hardcore. She's kind of scaring me with the dagger interrogation. I'm reminded of the goblin. But, you know, and then she killed the goblin, if I recall. So she better not kill this little bastard in my fucking room, because I'm not cleaning anything up. Oh, no. Oh, Kia, where's Kia going? Why is she leaving? I mean, this isn't good. I gotta have to check on it, but I can't just like up and out. That's just too obvious. I have to make my exit kind of more, you know. Okay, shut up. Stop writing. Okay, and then that's it. It just ends. That's it.
Okay, yeah, wow. Talk about
Okay,
fanboy.
so I'm gonna skim. Specifically,
What a
I'm
fanboy.
I'm looking for information if Radovan has noted anything about justification in attacking these guys or non-justification. I want to know where his head's at. Like, does he feel they attacked and they shouldn't have, or does he feel like, oh, they were totally justified in doing what they did, or did he even mention?
There's
Okay, yeah.
none of
Did
that.
you write
Okay.
anything? Okay, so no.
Okay.
That's
All right.
That's what I wrote.
Okay, so that's all I was looking for, so I will go downstairs and join them.
Alrighty, so the three of you are now seated once again around the table.
And
And you know what? The bard is here.
Oh, he is.
He is here, and he was on break when you first went up, but he is now here, so... He is playing his instrument of choice.
Kia already has a whiskey out because she was down there before everybody else.
Kia
And
has
she-
whiskey? Are you
yeah,
drinking
she
it?
is. She's in the
Oh.
corner. She's
my
like
God.
this.
Oh, what?
Kia's
Clink.
hitting
Clink.
the sauce.
Come on, let's clink with me,
No.
please. Yes, we're gonna clink. Come on, best buds. Let's go. Let's do it.
Radovan, stop it. We're not best buds.
What do you mean we're not best buds? We're having a blast. What's? Come on. Oh, don't worry about that guy up there. Come on, drink. Let's go. I hold up my hands, wanting a second round for both of us, like more. You know,
Okay.
just to anyone who might be looking. Just to,
Alright.
All right, so I'm gonna
William-
plunk down.
In short order, your waitress comes straight over to the table. Yes, sir. What can I get you this evening?
we need another round of whiskey on me.
Oh,
These
absolutely,
two
sir.
pretty ladies and myself.
I'll be
Give
right
me a
back.
couple. Give
Oh.
me a couple.
You can
couple?
have
Yeah.
mine.
More. Double up
Sure.
for both of our orders.
Doubles then.
Two for her, two
absolutely,
for-
sir. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
she hustles
awesome.
off to the bar.
So I'm just gonna get straight to it and tell them what my conversation was like, basically, the kid didn't know anything, and we need to employ a different strategy.
You need another strategy. We can set up another trap if you want, you know? But, you know, I gotta wear my armor this time. I can't have you ladies, you know, getting hurt without me.
Yeah, Radovan, you're still down a few hit points, right?
Yep,
And
I'm down
Kia,
6.
Okay.
Kia kind of interrupts the conversation and stands up, and she grabs Radovan, like, let's just dance with this bard, to this bard music. I don't care about the plan right now. Yeah, let's dance.
I don't really know the chicken dance, you know, I don't really know how to dance. Really?
That's
you know
fine. I don't care. We're best
You don't
friends, right?
Okay, as you guys get up, I'm gonna move straight to the corner and just kind of sit here and look at you weirdly.
Are we doing the chicken, or do you have some Elvish dance you want to teach me? Because, you know, I'm willing to learn. I'll learn with you, you know?
Just do whatever you want. I just start.
Okay, so you're going over to dance around near the stage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
you going to?
She has
are
the
you
whiskey
going to
in
join
her hand. She has the whiskey in her hand, drinking while she's dancing.
He is feeling loose, indeed.
So,
mostly just very sad.
Is the guy that we saw the first night we arrived the one that was wondering if we needed a guide? Is he in the crowd? Can I see him anywhere?
He is not.
He's not. Okay. Well, that doesn't help me.
I'll pass off my move to you, Kia. Let's do it. Come on.
And I'm just gonna be dancing, but also talking to Radovan, like,
what's up? What's on your
sucks.
mind? What sucks? What's wrong?
If only we were actually friends.
We are friends. What are you talking about? Yo, maybe we should change your drink. I think whiskey's bringing you down. We can do like beer or wine. You elves love wine, right? I mean, all about the fucking wine. Or mead. Mead. That's always a happy drink, you know, with the hops and.
Here, I'm gonna let Raisa cut in, and I just walk away and tell Raisa, "Hey, your turn."
What?
No.
Just
whatever. And I sit back down and just keep drinking.
Shit. All right. It's time to do something drastic. Here we go. I am going to get up on the stage where this dude, he's singing, right?
He's not singing, he's just playing a musical instrument. He kind of moves to give you space.
Yeah,
and he smiles and nods at you politely, almost encouragingly.
No, I kind of push him further into the corner. And I hold up my hands, drink in hand. Right?
Right.
Ladies and... I'm going to shout this, but I'm not going to shout this in real life.
He stopped playing.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, God.
Guys, hey, over here, what's up? Everyone, this way, eyes here, eyes here. Is everyone turning? Or
pretty much. I mean, most people are looking at the 6'4" guy standing on the stage drunkenly.
All right, it's like this. My friends and I are looking for a lady. Now, I know that, don't take this the wrong way, but she's a special lady.
Gosh.
She has a tattoo kind of like this, only, you know, it's a handprint.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
And
Can you silence? Do you have a silence spell right now?
No, I don't.
she is somewhere in this gigantic city.
Oh,
My friend over
whisper!
there
I'm whispering to him right now.
is not.
Okay,
having
hold
a
on.
good time.
So you're casting Whisper?
Yes.
Alrighty. So go ahead. What are you whispering into Shagget's mind?
Radovan, stop it! Get back down here.
What?
I'm
No,
fine. I'm fine.
I turn to Kia and I'm like, no, I got this. We're good.
Tell him you need
We're
him.
gonna
Tell him
get
you need him.
somewhere.
Tell you need him right
I
now.
need you. I need you right now.
Keep everything in
Stop
mind, guys.
talking.
Okay, and I get off and I walk back to the table.
Okay. At this
my
point,
God.
like everyone's just kind of staring at you, bewildered for a few seconds, and then almost is like, okay, I don't know what just happened there, but maybe I need to get back to playing. The bard kind of kicks his, his music back into play, so everybody can suddenly start listening to him again, as opposed to being confused by what the giant cleric is up to.
Well, and he doesn't look like a cleric right now.
No, he doesn't. He looks like a massive peasant. He's like just a ginormous, huge, 6-foot-tall laborer.
I don't understand what happened. I mean, guys, like, this is a way to get answers. Now everyone knows what we're looking for, and we can get our answers directly without, like, hobnobbing it around this city. Someone in here might have known. I don't understand. What's going on? What's wrong?
Why don't we take the night to relax and have fun? And we'll deal with this tomorrow.
I am having fun because she's being a negative Nancy over here.
No, we don't
need like 4 people. And I didn't have to, and they were innocent.
What? Maybe?
Let's deal with
I don't know. But
I'm gonna get up and like push my chair in, which knocks over the whiskey, and I'm gonna just start going upstairs.
Yeah, Kia is
and
not
kind of
a
drunkenly,
hardened drinker at all, so it doesn't take a couple of whiskeys enough to really kind of start her swaying.
I don't understand. I take a seat and look at Risa. I don't understand what's going on. What's wrong? Why won't you cheer up?
So you went upstairs, Kia, right?
Yes.
You know, she just feels really bad, Radovan.
For what? I mean, they were not gonna play nice with us. The guy did say they were gonna rob us, right?
Yes.
So it was technically self-defense, just a little premature, you know? I mean, that's complicated. Should I go up and see what's wrong? Or try to
No, I think we should have a chat right now.
Oh, God. You and me, huh? Are you going to bring out the knife?
Do you want to know what Kia's doing up there?
Yes, what are you doing up there?
She stumbles, and she accidentally thinks it's her room, but it's actually Radovan's room.
Oh, you going in Radovan's room? You're gonna go and steal. You're gonna go and eavesdrop the journal as well, right?
She stumbles in there, and she's like looking around, like, crap, this isn't my room. And she sees the journal sitting there on the bed.
Yeah, you are pretty inebriated at this point.
She stumbles over and she opens it.
Okay, so you're gonna start reading Radovan's journal.
What is in? Yeah.
It's my diary, man. It's my diary.
No privacy.
Yes, seriously, no privacy. All right, what do you want to talk about, Risa?
Well, you know how desperate times sometimes call for desperate measures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure you shouldn't see about Grace Akia? I mean, no? Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I was just saying, you know, sometimes people do things that they wouldn't want to do, but sometimes they kind of have to.
Like?
Well, you know, just things.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Just a general point, you know?
Well, okay, point taken.
Cool, just discussing points.
Vaguely, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
More whiskey, please. Anybody? Hello? Spill over here. You know? Sorry. Yeah, people do things that suck. It's true.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
When they don't want to.
Sure. Is English not your first language?
Actually, no, it's not.
Oh.
Cunning. Elvish is.
Oh, Elvish is? Oh, I know how to speak Elvish.
Really?
Yeah, and Dwarf. You know, it's with the order, you know, you gotta move around and talk to people. It's better to talk to them in their own language.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the point that I'm trying to get across is, as a priest of St. Cuthbert, if somebody did something that they didn't want to do, but they were almost forced to do it, you would listen to them before you cast judgment, wouldn't you?
I would try to understand their position.
Even if it was difficult?
especially if it was difficult.
Okay. That's just all I wanted to know.
Did something happen that
it might have.
Into?
It might.
Okay, because I really think we should go see how Kia's doing. I mean, at least she's direct when she talks to me. Like, I understand what she's saying, even if I don't agree with it all the time,
Well, you know what? Maybe we should head to bed. Yeah, it's getting late. And
a little more whiskey.
Well, you can bring that upstairs. That's fine.
Sure. They allow it here? Okay.
Oh, you paid for it.
I'm beginning. I like you, Raisa, more than I dislike you. That's for sure. Just so you know. But Kia, oh my God, I'm like besties.
Well, maybe we should go check on your bestie.
Okay, let's check on the bestie. We're gonna get up and go.
I'm assuming that we'll make a little bit of noise on the way up.
Okay, probably. Radovan is probably making noise. So yes, Kia, you can hear them clumping towards the door. Okay, so once you get to your room, you walk in, and Kia Liana is sitting on the bed holding what appears to be your journal, Radovan.
And I didn't know that Kia was in there, so I would have kind of shoved him in his room and continued on to my room, because there's no reason for me to...
Oh, full well, I'm falling flat on my face, right? Like
you're fine.
You're pushing me in my room.
He probably stumble a little bit, but you're a big dude. You can stay on your feet.
A love shove. Like
you grab the edge of the bed to support yourself. But looking rather embarrassingly, because there she is, as Kia Liana sitting on your bed reading your journal. And bear in mind, she's not entirely sober either.
Hey Kia, you wanna go to sleep? Like, this bed's not exactly giant big, but I'll sleep on the floor or something. It's all good. Whatever you want. Since I was almost pushed onto the floor.
That is until Kia Liana again subverted my attempts to diplomacy. Tasked with procuring Hansel, our guide, she proceeded to cast a charm spell on him, the effect of which he became her love puppy of sorts, agreeing to partake on the adventure without free will. Disgusting, elvish tenacity. Okay, you want another one?
That's Hansel awful, right?
I don't think Kia ever has included anything resembling fun in her life.
You have whiskey and you don't dance. Proof is in the pudding.
Look, there's even stuff with Raisa. And Raisa, don't get me started on that half-elf. Sometimes I feel like we're all dolls in her weird little world.
I'm a good writer, though. You gotta admit that.
And I slam the book down and walk out.
I put effort into that. I
walk out. I don't talk to him. I just stumble to my room and go to bed.
Oh, it's a fun Cuthbert. I just pass out myself.
Okay, so a very drunken Radovan collapses on his bed. What's Kia doing? I mean, you just read all of the unpleasantries that he's been writing about you and Raisa.
She went and lied down in her bed. She's mostly staring at the ceiling, but hope she'll fall asleep eventually.
Okay, so everybody at this point is retiring for the night, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. All right. Well, you all wake up bright and early in the morning. Kia is probably nursing some kind of a hangover. Radovan isn't, because he's a hardened drinker and he's used to it by now. He's probably just slightly dehydrated.
Why is my book out? Whatever. Oh. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, get dressed in my armor and go downstairs.
Can I already be downstairs, please?
And you probably would be, because they're both hungover and you weren't. So the odds are you're up before they are.
And did that guide happen to be in the inn this morning?
Nope, he is not there this morning either.
What? Is there anybody in the inn this morning?
Yeah, I mean, it's already pre-packed. I mean, there's tons of people in here.
Hey.
Any elves?
Nope, not today.
Half elves?
Not that it would look like.
Why you do this, Gore?
Sorry, it's the way the cookie crumbles or the dice rolls.
Okay. Then I will be downstairs eating my breakfast while I wait for them.
Alrighty. So you two stagger down a little bit later.
Yes.
Kia probably doesn't feel very well. Radovan's just it's a normal morning for Radovan, let's be honest.
I feel a little different. But otherwise, yes, it's a morning of recuperation, right?
I plop down. Water, please.
Alrighty.
Yeah, where's the waitress or whatever?
I have like a little platter of like meats and cheeses and bread, and I just kind of like push it towards them.
Just slide it across.
Yeah.
Oh, that's delicious. Thank you, Raisin.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, you get to share Race's breakfast.
All the while gesturing for a platter of my own, like.
And you get a nice glass of water or whatnot.
I'll have more, please, than just water. I need more food.
Yes, sir. What would you like?
What she had, but just bigger.
Absolutely. And for you, madam? Or miss, should I say?
Water.
Okay, right away. Okay, she scurries off back to the kitchen.
Not feeling too well, huh, Kia?
Of course, the charm spell that Kia cast on Radovan has subsided, of course, at this point, because it is the next morning.
I will still say, I've had my fair share of hangovers. If that's what you're having, you need to eat something serious. I'm not joking. Just, you'll feel better. You got to get something in your body.
All right, I'll just take yours.
Okay, sure, yeah. Whatever.
Thanks.
So, whatever. This is awkward. What the hell happened last night? It's weird.
Here's a better question for you, Radovan Rainier. Why do you hate elves so much?
Oh, we're on this again. Didn't you ask me that before we got attacked by those goblins?
You never really answered me very well.
Why would I answer? It's an irrelevant question.
No, it's not. You're in a party with
chasing
2 elves.
She's barely an elf. She's as much an elf as I'm a woman, all right? It's
so quite a lot, then.
Shut up, Gore. No.
Oh,
I mean, it's.
I am not continuing this adventure with you unless you tell me, because
where did this come from?
So racist.
Where did this come from? What did I do? Raisa, help here? This is irrational. Jesus. We danced, I think. Yeah, you danced. I don't know. We danced, yeah. I'm so confused. What? So if I give you a description of the events, you're just going to follow along then? I mean, it seems like it's a done deal. Anybody? Hello?
Eyes. Jane is just Kia Liana is just scowling at you. Look at those eyes.
I know. I'm scared to look at the Skype window. Do they feel it?
Oh!
See, Jane can't hold it. Look, she can't be hateful towards you forever.
Yeah. Okay. Like bows? You were cheese? Can I have some whiskey? This is way too okay, fine.
Just answer the question.
No, I'm gonna fucking go over here. Look elsewhere. Enjoy your hangover. Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, I'm staying away from Kia right now. It is too much. It's too much. I can't deal. I don't understand why she's looking at, why she hates me. She's asking a question that has no bearing on anything. Fine. Okay.
Do you have any memory of last night, Radovan?
Bits and pieces. We danced. I got beat up because I do feel little aches and pains. I'm not fully 100%.
Just think a little harder.
Well, we fought those guys, and then next thing you know, I'm back in the bar,
Purple,
with one
thanks
of
for the
them.
follow.
Like, what happened to the corpses the people we killed?
Think of a little later, more towards the end of the
No,
night.
I'm thinking to that. That seems important to me.
No.
What did we do? Did we talk to anybody else?
It
Later
doesn't
on,
matter. We finished what we started. We have to come up with a new plan anyway. So let's screw it. Just forget I said anything, okay?
I remember
forget
I
I
went
said
on
that.
stage and I spoke to everybody. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Thanks for that.
I kind of don't
Yeah.
remember much. Well, nothing bad came of it. I don't know what the problem is. I
The
don't,
awkwardness is real.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Speaking of, it is time to go for our first break this evening. But
Oh my god, poor Raisa right now.
I know
Holy
Racer is
shit.
like in the corner, like, oh my god, what's happening? Hey, let's get back to the game.
do I have to? I'm scared, man.
No,
Yeah,
I'm going
I
to
don't
kill
know
you.
where to.
Not completely, but there we go. Milk me so I have to. Okay, players, before we get back, remind me at the end of the game when we do our little post powwow.
Yeah.
Someone remind me I have to send Milk my physical address.
Okay.
Gotcha.
There you go, Milk. It's done. One of them will do it.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there's a reasonable chance one of them will remember.
It's a 1 in 4 chance.
Right.
You can't go bad too.
So there you go. If you want to get Talisman, it's an awesome thing to do. It's a friggin' awesome game, and we're going to be playing some for you guys on some of the bonus experiences. Okay, so here we are. We're back in the tavern, and
Oh my gosh.
the last thing that occurred is you all kind of woke up with your hangovers,
Yes.
and here you are. It's nice and bright and early, and you're ready to tackle the day.
Alright, so Radovan's at one side of the table, Kia's at the other, and I'm kind of awkwardly in the corner / middle.
Right.
Alright, resume awkward. Here we go.
All right.
So we don't have a plan anymore, do we?
Not really, no. Your initial plan busted. It got broke.
Well, that was kind of to Radovan and Raisa as Kia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, DM.
Sorry.
Okay, well... Kia,
Yes.
what do you want to do? I'm kind of whispering to her because Radovan's at the other end of the table.
I really don't know. I really don't know. I screwed everything up last night.
You know what?
I'm
As long
sorry.
as we don't
I'm
get
so sorry.
as long as we don't get busted, we'll be all right. I don't think that little pipsqueak from last night's gonna rat us out.
I don't either.
But I think making haste is a good idea and not lingering in this city. Do we want to take a more direct approach, or do we want to keep to the shadows?
What would be a direct approach?
Well, kind of like Radovan did last night. We could, like, actively start talking to people.
Yeah. Radovan didn't answer Kia's question why he hates elves so much.
No, he
I
didn't.
know.
And Kia was like, I'm not going anywhere with you unless you answer my question. Damn it.
I'll go anywhere with Raisa. Do you wanna just go do this ourselves, Raisa? I feel like Radovan is going to need to do the lawful thing every single time, and obviously we kind of can't.
Well, I think first off, we need to figure out how he's going to react to the charming situation. And
I
I
was
think...
gonna tell him.
Okay, so we'll just ignore it?
I don't know. I want to tell him, but I can't. I just can't right now. I'm so mad at him. So I think we should just leave and deal with it later.
don't you think it would be useful having his diplomacy on our adventures?
Yes, but he's never going to answer. Unless he answers the question I asked him, I'm not going anywhere with him.
So what's Radovan doing as we're whispering in the corner?
Just
Yeah.
poking
I'll
at
tell
my
you, the
food.
first thing is, Radovan, go ahead and make a listen check to see if you overhear the conversation.
All right.
Fumble. 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 Fumble.
Okay, +4.
Oh god.
It's 4.
No. You hear
Yes,
whispering,
sweet.
and you think you heard the word Radovan. Possibly could have been your name, maybe not. But that's all you really heard, dude.
Yeah, so I'm just like poking at my food, just kind of sulking, just like.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like, you'll see, we're having a conversation. I'm just gonna kind of like, Radovan, are you gonna answer Kia's question? And then I'm just gonna immediately kind of sink down.
Natural 7. Hayloft kid, sorry.
You bastard Hayloft, I love it. I just get up and I walk over to this table and I sit down, ignoring it completely.
Where did he go?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's over with
Oh,
some
shit. Okay.
friends.
Oh, no, okay. That's cool. So
Okay.
Radovan sits down. There's two women there. One in a very kind of flamboyant white dress. One with a rather tight-fitting blue dress who is amply endowed. And a strange-looking fellow who's wearing kind of a tight-fitting brown tunic. Shickles, guys. It's the Shickles.
Do
They
you
kind
guys
of look at you rather dubiously as you plonk yourself down at their table. But something strange happens. This fellow right here leans in towards Radovan and says, I couldn't help overhear you have a predicament. Well, namely that you stood on the stage last night in a drunken stupor and broadcast it to everybody.
Okay, let me send. Sorry.
But at that point, he glances at the two women. He says, "Ladies," and they both get up and move to the opposite table, the empty table, almost like they were they were like ordered to leave.
Jeez, I'm not scoring with any women today. Wait, is he staying here?
Yep. Well, you can score with him, possibly.
I was about to introduce myself. I don't recall much of what happened last night. My name is Radovan Rainier. And you are?
Oh, just somebody that possibly could help you for the right price.
Okay, because I really just sat here randomly. Were you ever going to approach me? Or is this just coincidence?
Not in an open public tavern, no. But possibly you or one of your counterparts when you left.
Who are you?
As I said, I'm just somebody that could possibly assist you for the right price.
And that price being?
Well, we can discuss that in a moment, can't we?
Well, why can't we discuss it right now?
Because I am less than 10 feet away from a gentleman leaning against the back chair who looks like he's trying to listen to every word we say. And he kind of nods his head at this guy over here.
Who is he?
Can I hear that far with my elven ears?
You may make a listen check to see if you can overhear. They are being very quiet. He's deliberately whispering, so I'm going to need a 20 plus.
Oh.
Nope.
No.
I hear nothing.
A 13 will not do it, my dear. So no, you can't hear squat. Especially with the chatter. The chatter in the inn is like, it's fairly loud, so there's a lot of people between you and these voices.
Is Kia gonna roll as well?
Yeah.
Come on, natural 20, natural 20. No, we hear
Yes.
You hear
7.
squat. All you hear is chitter chatter from all these crazy people around you.
777. Look at that.
That's it. What are the odds, right? 666, and
Rigged.
we could have been in trouble.
Rigged.
He says,
All right.
perhaps we should step out onto the street.
Lead the way, sir. Anything
Okay.
to get out of this hellhole.
He
I
gets up
am
and steps out of... He kind of gets up and walks out of the tavern.
I follow.
Okay. Ladies, make a spot check. Difficulty 10.
We would have been watching Mr. Radovan.
That's why the difficulty is only 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
15.
Okay, so Racer... Racer notices that Radovan gets up and walks out directly after this strange fellow. Kia is too busy feeling guilty, but I'm sure Racer can kind of like, "Psst, check it out."
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you guys see them walk out of the tavern.
Sneaking.
So is Kia going as well, or are you staying put?
Oh. I guess I'm staying put.
Okay. Right, so Radovan and Racer, with Racer in tow, kind
And
of sneaking
sneak.
up behind. Okay.
Sneak.
Kia, go ahead and make your... sorry, Racer, go ahead and make your sneak check then, please.
Come on, rolls. This is like my thing. Move silently, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you slip
close.
out the door rather quietly. No creaking. So Radovan and this strange gentleman are in the street about 20 feet from you. Make a listen check, Racer.
Bumble!
Well, it equal to 7, guys. I mean, that's what you were looking for, right? Freaking
Yeah.
Sevens
sevens,
are
right?
real tonight, though.
They
Just
are.
Yes.
Yep.
A 1 with a +6 equals a 7. Okay, so yeah. So no, you're trying as you realize if you get any closer, you're going to be too obvious because there's nowhere to hide. So you're just trying to sit there and listen. Okay, so Radovan,
Yup.
he says, I wasn't actually referring to the comment you made about the strange tattoo. If you're looking for an inksmith, I can't help you. But the other night, he said, I did overhear a conversation where you were looking for or talking to I don't know, somebody. I don't know who he was. But you were asking questions about where would you find a possible person of dubious nature?
That's a lead that we were pursuing to acquire someone
Yeah.
that's potentially in the field, yes.
What really piqued my interest was you said something about a blue-handed tattoo?
Yes. The lady had a blue-handed
Right,
tattoo.
let's cut the chase.
Please do.
25 gold, and I will open my trap. Less than that, and sorry, Sonny, I'm out of here. Because what
Wait,
you're
trap?
asking, he goes, what, you know, mum's the word.
Oh, your
Zipper.
trap. Got it.
He says, what you're asking about could possibly lead to anybody getting killed should they dare tell you anything they know. I'm not pertaining to know everything, but I know something, and I think it's worth 25 gold. What do you think?
Is I want to try diplomacy on him
Okay,
to negotiate down the cost of the...
so let's hear your attempt at negotiation first, and then I'll give you a difficulty check.
Okay, I'm gonna line it up, and then I'm gonna... Listen, sir, my friends and I are not to be messed with, and I am a priest, as you can see, of St. Cuthbert, well versed in the art of protection. I'm sure the people you speak of are very dangerous, potentially murderous, but you have not heard, and I will be happy to regale you with the adventure that we have had thus far. We have inflicted so much more damage than you could possibly fathom on this world in our short time. We are not necessarily desperate, but we are in a rush. and that means that we will do what we can. And I assure you, you will have our protection if you ease up a little bit on this steep cost. I mean, you're obviously well endowed. You know what you're doing. Is information well endowed? You're well engorged. No, you're well dressed, right? You're respectable and well endowed. Sure, I'll just say
How do you know how well
because
endowed he is?
I'm guessing he's rich, surgeries and stuff. That was a slip of mine. That was a Freudian slip. You guys.
I'm just waiting for the milk comments right now as we speak.
But I think we can negotiate a more sensible price, especially considering the services that my friends and I can do in protecting you and your interests.
Okay, you know what? With you offering him protection, I'll take that as a plus. Difficulty check for him to lower his price will be a diplomacy check of 15.
All right,
Come
doing
on, Shaggy!
Oh my god!
He's like,
Plus 10.
look, son. He said, here's the deal. I keep myself to myself. I know how to avoid trouble.
Unbelievable.
He said, so I can take care of myself. I don't need you guys to protect me. And personally, I'm not entirely sure I want your kind of protection either. So I'm sorry, but 25 gold is my price. Take it or leave it.
Can I confer with my friends?
Sure.
Will you
But,
be out here waiting?
Take more than 5 minutes, I'm going to be gone, because I've already said more than I'm willing to risk.
Can I sense motive? I mean, is that no? There's
You
no real
could.
point.
I mean,
right?
you could sense motive to see if you actually think he's on the up and up.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a sense motive check before I say okay. 5 minutes.
Okay.
This is gonna be just as bad, I'm sure. All right.
Okay. You get this feeling of confidence from the guy, like he's not intimidated by you. He seems fairly kind of level-headed. You know, he's
right.
quite possibly telling you exactly how it is. Like, this is not the sort of guy that's blowing smoke.
All right. Give me 5 minutes. You say I'll be right back. I hurry back in.
Alrighty.
I don't know what's going on, so I'm staying outside and I'm watching.
I mean,
this
you
guy.
you see some body language.
Yeah.
And,
so I'm gonna stay and watch him.
I'll let you make a sense motive on the body language, but the sense motive check will be a 20.
Okay, well, I might as well,
But
right?
it's body language only.
Wait,
19.
So close.
Almost. But yeah, because I don't know what's going on,
Right.
and just because of the body language, I'm going to stay and watch him while Radovan
Okay.
goes in.
The question, the feeling you get from that is this guy seems a little bit more than just the average street blackguard, the average street ruffian. There's something about him. You don't know what it is, but there's something, Okay, so Radovan, as you approach the door, you see Raisa kind of like crouched in the corner there.
Oh, so she is in the corner. Okay.
She's outside, yeah.
So I see her. Raisa, follow me. Come in right now.
Okay, I'll
We
go
need to
with
talk.
Fine.
Okay, so you guys head back into the inn. Oh, sorry.
Look, that guy. He
She's
seems
gonna
to
plop
have-
down and say that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Look, we only got 5 minutes. He's asking for 25 gold from us. He says he has information that could lead us to the lady with the blue hand. He pulled me aside, and that's what he said. I tried to negotiate down, but he wouldn't have anything of it. So
I'll pay it.
you'll pay it? I mean, we could
Yeah.
pay it collectively.
No, I want to
Kia.
pay it. I want to pay this.
Okay, let's go. Right away. Are you? So I go back outside.
Okay. So you were pretty fast. So he's still there. He's kind of like kicking stones and just like glancing over. Is everybody going outside or just Radovan?
I hope everyone's coming out with me.
I mean, are
I'm-
you all going to this guy collectively, or is just Radovan approaching him?
I'm gonna trail behind.
Okay.
In stealth
What about
mode.
Kia?
I'm gonna go out there
Okay.
because I'm paying it.
Right. So Radovan and Kia walk towards him. As you approach, he kind of like looks a little off-put and a little bit dubious at you.
Is there a problem?
I don't know, is there? And he kind of holds his hand
take out the 25 gold and kind of like dangle it in front of
Okay,
him.
at that point he kind
This
of
for you?
acknowledges what's going on. He says, ching ching first, please.
I hand it to him and roll my eyes.
Okay, he takes it and stuffs it in his pocket. He says, it seems to me that the person you're looking for is no common thief. He said, I'm not going to reveal sources because that's more than my life is worth. But I do know that Dominic Stalwart of all things glittery, he said, has dealt with her before. He says, if I were you, I would talk to Dominic. Because if anybody here knows anything about the person you're looking for, possibly he does. He says, as I said, I'm not pretending to know everything about her, but Dominic, I know for a fact, has purchased certain jewels and gems from her.
Is there anything about Dominic we should know before going to talk to him? Like, we're not just going to go in there and mention what we're looking for, right? Is there a way to get at him?
He said, that's up to you. He said, Dominic he just owns a jewelry store.
Is there anything else you can tell us about Dominic? Who he is, what he likes, his family?
How do you know that he's dealt with her?
As I said, I don't want to reveal sources. Just trust me. He has. He probably won't admit it openly.
Yeah, but okay, well, you don't have to give me names, but like, have you bought a gem from the same woman who mentioned that she goes there? Like, how do you know
I've
she's
got
been
no
there?
interest in buying gems.
Who are you, sir? You haven't given us.
It doesn't matter, does it?
It kind of matters. We gave you 25 gold for information, and we don't even know if it's accurate or not.
Well, that's a chance you took. But trust me, it's accurate. He said, go talk to Dominic Stalwart.
Okay. I look at Raisa and Kia and I shrug and I say, your call, guys. Shall we?
What kind of man is Dominic? An honorable man or a easily persuaded man?
Oh, Dominic. Well, he sells jewelry. He's interested. He's very well dressed. He's quite pompous. Flattering his ego would probably get you a long way with him.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes.
He said, hopefully this will help you. I appreciate your kind donation to my profit train.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of tips his hat almost kind of smugly. And he heads back towards the inn.
Well, at least we know where he's going to be if anything goes sour.
Right. So, with your newfound information, it is bright and early. It's first thing in the morning. What do you guys want to do?
All right, so I immediately want to say, guys, and I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out the gems from one of my bags. I have so many freaking gems. Right. I'll pull out like a couple, and I'll just say, I think I have the perfect reason to go and talk to our new friend.
That is perfect. You're right.
How do you guys want to approach this? Should I go in solo, see what information I can get out of him?
Yeah, I don't want to scare her off by all of us just tramping in there, so maybe you should just go.
Okay.
Kia.
Alrighty, so who's going to All Things Shiny and who's staying put?
Well, before we go...
All that glitters.
I think we're all planning to go, right? Just one of us would go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go, I look at Kia and I say, Kia, do you have anything that I might borrow to wear?
What do you mean?
Well, something that makes me look a little better off.
Better,
right.
More well endowed,
more
right?
better.
Yeah. Better endowed.
I take off my gold headpiece and I put it on her, and then I take off my blue robe and I hand it to her.
Okay.
I'm in shock. I'm like, she takes all the shinies, you know?
Yeah, well, she's trusting her.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that we need to make our way to, what is it? All that glitters?
Yes, which is 22 on the map, as you. I think
Yes.
you've already written it down.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so the group heads through the town of the trade section to All That Glitters. Okay.
Ready? Okay. So you're gonna see the Radovan and Q will notice something interesting as I go to open the door to the shop. As we're walking over there, you're gonna notice me go kind of like up, and you're just gonna kind of see me like getting almost like half an inch or half a foot taller, which is like weird because I don't walk this tall, and the shoulders will go back. You're probably gonna look at me like, what the hell?
Okay, so you're putting the airs and graces on. It's
Ow.
like,
I am employing everything that I've seen as a child, and I am just getting ready to.
well, you had a very good experience at what true nobility might have been. So yeah, you're probably playing that to a T. Maybe possibly slightly awkwardly, but you know, it's almost like it's almost kind of like watching her act like Kia. If you,
which
the
will
way
be
Kia
weird.
walks and carries herself, it's almost like a strange, awkward Kia-ish scenario.
Radovan's face.
Okay, so you get to All Things Shiny. The store is lined with locked glass-top counters which contain all manner of jewelry, from simple gold rings to fine ornate pieces. Several loose stones are also available for purchase. There's a sign hanging behind the counter saying, "We do commissioned work and purchase raw stones and jewelry." There's a burly-looking half-orc standing by the door with one hand on a large warhammer. There is also a loaded crossbow on a peg on the wall behind him. The owner, a well-dressed man in his early 50s, has kind of salt and peppered goatee, quite like mine, really. And he's kind of average build, stands about 5'11". Is kind of like looking at you as you walk in. The half-orc kind of grunts and scowls at you, almost like menacingly, to give you the impression like, "Hey, I'm watching you." But he doesn't say any words.
All right, so this is what's going down right now.
Okay, so you.
So I will open the door, walk in, and kind of look around. And I'm looking, and obviously looking for the owner of the shop. So.
All right. Well, he's standing there behind the counter.
I'll walk over.
He kind of politely smiles at you. He says, "Good day, madam. I am glad you come into my establishment. Are we buying or selling?"
Are you Mr. Was it Stalwart?
Stalwart.
Stalwart.
Dominic
Mr.
Stalwart, yes, ma'am. That is me. I am the proprietor of this establishment.
Ah, yes. I have been most highly recommended of your establishment. And I wonder if I might speak to you in your... well, where other people might not hear.
I am awfully sorry. There are no other customers here. The only other person here is my capable and very eagle-eyed bodyguard. I would happily talk to you right here in front of every little...
Excellent.
You know,
well, as long as
every
his
little piece
ears
of his attention.
are privy to what I'm
Oh, no,
want
no.
to speak
He
to
says
you.
nothing, but he sees everything.
Wonderful. Well, that is great. I
So
wonder...
what can I do for you?
I wonder, sir, and I'm going to reach into my bag, and I'm going to grab 2 of the largest gems that I currently have.
Okay.
And so I'll just, for props, pull this one out. And I'll say, just kind of like down in front of my body so his weirdo friend can't see, but he may see, and say, "These gems are, well, let's just say, kind of small. and they're not.
Right. I got you. I'm with you.
And I'm wondering if maybe you might have something a little more suitable.
Well, what are you looking for? What particular purpose would this gem serve? Are you trying to make a statement? Are you trying to buy someone's affection?
Perhaps. You
Oh.
see, well,
And how endowed would Madam's coin purse be?
well, sufficient, shall we say?
Well, sufficient is a very generic term. Let me give you examples. I have gems and jewels that would sufficiently suffice somebody willing to spend 50 to 100 gold pieces. However, I also have gems sufficient to, tantalize someone that was willing to spend 5,000 to 6,000 gold pieces. Now, if that is what you're talking about, certain types of gems require a little bit more, maybe more to order.
Yes.
But we have a fine selection of gems here. As you can see, I have a fine selection of pearls. I have a fine selections of rubies, diamonds, sapphires, various different gems and jewels. And if you wish to have them commissioned into a particularly specific piece, we are quite capable of doing so.
Well, let's just say my person of which I am trying to gain affection has
Sorry.
they have a certain proficiency for blue gems, like maybe sapphires.
Oh, well, we have a few select sapphires here, if any of these would suffice. He kind of takes you over to one particular cabinet and shows you a selection of sapphires, some of which you're like, oh my god, I want to steal them. There are some very large sapphires. Some are uncut, some are very specifically cut. But none of them are big enough to have possibly fit that little gap inside that staff that you saw, the rod.
Okay.
Incidentally, just real quick for all those watching, this is what we're talking about. They were looking for a blue sapphire that was able to fit inside of the top part of this. So it was pretty hefty. It was huge. About half the size of your fist. The largest gem he has, the largest sapphire he has, is possibly maybe not. This thing would have to be the size of a golf ball. What he has isn't much bigger than a marble.
Okay.
And I am still talking about the gems.
All right, so he's showing me, and I just kind of want to show General, oh, that's it.
Okay, so you're looking down on his selection.
Yeah, and somewhat not too over the top, but a little with disappointment,
Okay.
Oh.
He says, well, if there's nothing here of your liking, I can assure you I can acquire just about anything you'd like, given time, of course. I have sources.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. Let me see. You're sure?
Yes, if
best
you
you
have
have.
the coin and you have the dedication to give me time to acquire such a gem, I can probably acquire just about anything you would like to see. However, I do request a small deposit before I
Naturally.
go
Of
looking for
course.
such a thing.
Of course. Well, let me ponder this and come up with the exact item that I might have you find for me.
He says, oh, not at all. By all means, take your time.
Yes, if you don't mind, I'd just like to take a quick look around your shop.
Oh, please, please. I would happily, I'd recommend some of our finest diamonds. We have a vast selection of diamonds, in fact.
And so she's going to entertain him,
Okay.
or I'm going to entertain him and just kind of go around and look at all the things.
Look at everything, let pander
Yeah.
to his pompousness.
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Alrighty. So you take 5 or 10 minutes and he shows you, he with pride, shows you his entire selection of gems and jewels, both cut and uncut.
Excellent, and they're beautiful.
Right. He says, the gems that you showed me, are you interested in selling them at all? We do in fact buy uncut gems.
Well,
I like to think I give a very reasonable price.
Well, once I decide what it is that I would like you to find for me, perhaps we could barter with them as part of the deposit.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I'll have to say I'm most happy that I came into your shop, as I'm sure nobody else in this town could even match the beautiful items that you
Oh,
have.
madam, trust me, we are the premier jeweler here in Corthan. There is nobody that, other than some general stores, that palm off some cheap rocks and stones and some...
Yes.
We if you have a gem to buy or sell, it is here that you will acquire it.
I can definitely see that. Wonderful. Well, Mr. Stalwart, thank you for your time. And I'm sure I will be back very soon.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to seeing you soon, madam.
All of a sudden, Raisa has an accent.
Raisa suddenly became British.
No, she's quite pompous.
Price of endowment, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so she's going to, casually stroll her way out.
Okay. So you go back outside to Kia and Radovan.
We're just awkwardly, milling about. Not exactly looking at each other, not speaking to each other, just watching people pass us by.
Okay.
I turn to Raisa the second she emerges and say, what was that? Look at you.
Yeah,
And I'm just going to say...
Raisa's almost adorned this new personality.
Yeah.
Like, she got into the
who
role a
are
little
you?
too much.
Yeah,
And I'm going to say, off we go. And I'm just going to walk away from the shop. In character. All weird.
I follow, of course. Just perpetually shrugging,
I kind of walk swiftly past Radovan and take my golden headpiece
Very
and put
quickly
it back on my head.
reacquire your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In my robe.
Okay.
That's enough of that.
And immediately I will shrink.
Alrighty.
wow.
So what's your
Okay.
game plan? You've discussed some information. You know this guy can acquire gems and...
Yeah. So I'm gonna relay that to the party and say, if we want to invest, we can probably have him find us a gem, or we can try and look at befriending him in some way, and might take time. Just basically let them know everything he told me and see if they have any ideas, because I do not at this
Right.
point.
Is he going to meet a contact? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. Does he have someone to meet to acquire these gems, or
Well,
do we have to make the deal first?
I believe once we put a deposit on a gem, he will try and find it for us, right? But the blue gem that we're looking for is well beyond what we can afford. Absolutely.
Well, what's the deposit he's requiring of you?
A portion of the
Yeah, I mean, obviously that would depend on
price. Yeah.
the value of the gem you're looking for.
Right, but we're looking for we just know the size of the gem we're looking for. We don't
What
know.
you guys are looking for is a sapphire of unnatural size, and it's cut.
Yeah.
This is not the sort of gem you're going to find in an average jeweler. This is like something that a sultan would spend months looking for. It's friggin' huge.
Gore knows his gems apparently. Okay.
Right.
I mean, jeez. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, no, it's huge, right? So
Thank you.
we could. The gem is huge. It's huge, Shay.
Better.
Absolutely huge.
All right, shut up.
It's massive.
Round and ginormous.
I know.
Kind of
that's
gem that you're
so
not
bad of me.
familiar with.
Oh.
So we could invest in a smaller, like something not as large, and see if maybe his contact, like we can try and find out who his contacts are by following him. He does have a huge orc inside that guards the place.
Ooh, you said orc in front of Kia.
Yeah, I'm assuming her ears would perk up at that.
Yes, it did.
but making a deal to acquire a smaller gem that's not the gem we're looking for, so we can do that. Follow the contact, but if the contact, would it be the same contact that he would go to if we specifically requested the gem that we're looking for?
I don't know.
Because why don't we do that? I mean, the deposit
on a 6,000 gold gem is more than what we have. Anyways.
True. We can try to sniff up the ladder by asking for something more reasonable for us, and then looking at finding a contact and getting some information on him. I guess we could do that.
Or we could say that we're looking for a gem with magical properties. That would be harder to obtain. And
but also
one that
expensive.
Also has a magical property. So maybe he has like a magical property gem person. I don't know. Or, Mr. Rainier, you might go in there as a completely different person and approach it from a different way and say something. I don't know.
Hey, bitch! I hear you buy gems from thieves.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will go over very well.
What about the orc? Can't we get information from him? Maybe. He's guarding it, so he might know.
Didn't look very nice.
No.
Orcs never look nice. I mean,
you can't reason with an orc ever.
Are you sure? I probably could. I mean, he's obviously sophisticated enough to guard a shop that is costly, so that means he's more honorable than most orcs. Maybe not intelligent necessarily, but we could get some information from him, don't you think? We follow him after hours. Maybe he is inclined to like to drink or party or, something that we can then take advantage of to extract information. I don't know. I mean, that's an idea. Who knows what he's seen? I mean, there are a few things we can do. We could do the original plan just to go to the source and the contact. I can try with the guy, or Kia can even try with the guy. I mean, we go in one at a time and try to approach it from different angles.
Well, Raisa was already wearing my stuff, so...
You took it back, didn't you?
Yeah, she'll say he's gonna say, why are you looking like the other elf with the same stuff on? I'm not going in.
Really?
You could go in with the aspect of us being sisters.
Do sisters wear the same thing?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't have any sisters, and even if I did, I would never wear what my sister would be wearing.
No.
Okay.
You should go in there, Radovan. Maybe just be more direct, not confrontational, just direct.
Shouldn't we wait until maybe later in the day? Might be weird having two people.
Like almost immediately,
2
people walk in wearing the same clothing.
Radovan's not going to wear
Radovan's
Kia's
doing
clothes.
this.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing Kia's clothing.
Alright. Well, how long do we need to wait? Just an hour, maybe?
Well,
what are we going to do in the interim? I mean...
I was the only one in there, so it'd be kind of weird, I don't know.
No, I'm going to go in right now. I'm going to try. I got an idea. I got some ideas.
Okay.
Alright. Well, stuff falls on my desk. Huh. Alright, so I'm going to go in alone, Gorbad.
Okay.
And I'm immediately going to look at the orc. What's he wearing? What's his
the orc is wearing
look?
basically his green tinted skin arms are bare and they're pretty hefty. They're they're bigger than yours considerably. He's wearing a tight, thick leather waistcoat and leather pants, and he's holding his huge weapon. He's got that in hand, but you notice that the loaded crossbow is within easy reach of him. So it's he's got a weapon to just belt a would-be thief with, but if somebody ran, he can grab the crossbow and plug them as they attempt to leave.
And
so he's quite formidable, in your opinion.
And he's obviously looking at me, because I just entered.
Yep, he's scowling at you.
Oh, he's scowling? I smile brightly, and I nod, and I say, how do you do?
He just goes, before anything else happens, Dominic Stalwart, the owner, says, "Good day, sir. Why don't you come talk to me? Let's see if we can help you at all today."
Thank you, sir. What's with awfully peculiar bodyguard?
Theft.
If I might. Rampant.
This is a jewelry store. We have a lot of valuable merchandise, and he is a very capable security system.
Oh, I don't doubt that for a second, sir. I'm just saying, like, of all the other stores I've been in, and I've been here for a few days now, I have yet to see another orc security guard. It's mighty peculiar.
Are you intimidated?
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm completely
Then
intimidated.
you understand why I employ him, sir.
Well,
Can I help you at all? Are you here looking to buy a gem, perhaps for a loved one?
Well, I would like to say I'm sorry to one of my friends, so possibly a gem or
And I'm sorry, gem. They don't usually go for very much, do they? Unless you really upset this person.
I think I did.
Did you do something that seriously requires redemption, sir?
Honestly, sir, I have no recollection of my actual offense, but from this morning's
In my
breakfast, it was pretty
if
big.
This is the case, and you don't understand or don't have recollection of what or how deep the offense was, it's best to overcompensate, sir. So may I suggest let me... Is it a female or a man?
Why don't you take a guess, big boy? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I'm assuming
it
you
is
probably
a
upset
female.
a lady.
She is, oh yes, and a very pretty lady at that.
Oh, for good. Thanks for the follow. Let me escort you towards our ring section. Or maybe she's more of a bracelet or a necklace type person.
She is very magically inclined, actually. I
well,
don't quite understand what she can do, but she does it. So it's a little bit over my head, if you get my drift.
Magically inclined. Oh, but does she have an affinity for jewelry, sir? Fine, exquisite jewelry.
Those rock things, I don't know. What are they called? The
Gems? Jewels?
Gems, jewels, yeah. Like they're red and blue and purple. We
have rubies, sapphires, if that's what you're talking about, sir.
I will say, sapphire sounds... I don't know. I can't tell sapphire.
Does she have an affinity for blue?
She does, actually.
Sapphires are blue.
Wears it everywhere, you know?
Oh, well, yes, sapphires then, sir.
She had a quarterstaff, and it got broke. We were traveling, and a salamander actually attacked us, and the quarterstaff broke. But we happened to find this great scepter rod thingy. It was very gold, and it had a huge claw-like thing that I think a sapphire could fit in, if that's what it's called, a sapphire. I'm sorry. Maybe?
Random blood elf, thank you for following.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here, you know.
Lee Khajiit, thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
Honestly, sir, I mean, I do have an array of sapphires, but the person you're talking of, are you sure she wouldn't be more interested in something of an arcane nature? I don't really have any of that, but I can direct you to somebody that does.
You do? Well, yeah, please. Any information you can give me. If you want me to overcompensate, I think this is the way I should do it. Because
I also take donations. Perhaps you would like to donate to my gem cutting fund in exchange for some information that possibly would be more interesting to you.
And how much gold or...
Well, it's a donation, sir. It's whatever you feel you can afford.
And does how much we donate dictate how much you inform us?
No, sir. Just whatever you can honestly afford. You seem to be pondering this. Obviously, you have enough money to consider how much money you should donate.
How does 25 gold sound?
I mean, yes, sir. For 25 gold, I would more than happily give you directions to somebody that could furnish you with a gift of a arcane nature.
How about a blue sapphire with magical properties?
Oh, well, specifics are beyond me, but I can
Well, I
certainly
mean,
direct
would
you to the
this
correct...
contact know?
Well, maybe. I don't know what he knows. But I can tell you where he is.
I think for 25 gold.
And for 25 gold, sir, I would also be willing to throw in one of these gems or jewels of your choosing. And he kind of points to some smaller gems or jewels in a small case. Almost like a peace offering or a gift of goodwill.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of above my pay grade, if you get my meaning. I just really want to make things right. So how about I give you 10 gold instead?
Well, I do believe you said something about 25 gold, sir.
I know, but I don't know what any of these things are in this box. You're giving me a contact, I don't know.
Trust me, I will give you... I would honestly select a reasonable gem that you can give to her, and the 25 gold that you offered me will secure the information, sir.
Fine, let's do it.
Okay, so you hand the guy 25 gold?
Yep, I do.
Alrighty. He hands you a small blue sapphire. It's not cut, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
He hands it to you as almost a, here you go. Careful.
It's such a horrible mistake, but okay.
And then he says, I recommend that you head to the dwelling section of the city. Some people call it the rich section. And look for Mr. or his Magister, Mr. Porther de Wint. He is a wizard of some renown. And I believe he might be able to assist you more than I can.
What was his name?
Yeah, what was his name? Sorry.
Porther de Wint.
And he's in which district? I'm sorry, I'm new here.
Of town, sir.
Well, okay. I mean, I know there's a few areas.
The northeast.
Okay.
I believe he dwells in a rather strange-looking building. It's very close to the town hall, in fact.
Building that we've seen before, perhaps.
He says, but inquire if you talk to him about possibly securing his magical services. He's somewhat of a mercenary. He's sure to talk to you.
Thank you, sir. I take the
not
gem.
at all. Not at all. Well, I hope you have a splendid day, sir.
Yes, you too.
And I appreciate your donation.
You son of a bitch. Thank you. And I just
it's time to go to break real quick, guys. All right, it is time to get back to the game, guys.
All right, that should be interesting.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm leaving the glittery place with
All right,
shoulders
so you come
slumped.
outside.
Yep, my shoulders are slumped. I look defeated, like I made a bad decision. Of course, I'm not going to allude to what I did, but I am going to mention that for all things magical, we need to see this dude in this rich part of town by whatever name you told me his name was, because I didn't write it down.
Well, then you suck, and I'll make you have to roll a dice to remember.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll roll the dice.
Porthon de Wint. I'll give you last time. Porthon de Wint.
Porthon de Wint. Well, I mean, I was overwhelmed by the donations. I'm sorry.
There you
but
go.
yes.
I hear you. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, he told me that we should go to that guy for all things magical. And that's another lead, or potential lead.
That guy. The
Porthon
house guy?
de Wint.
Okay.
Where the guard told us to move along?
Right, but now we have business there. Like, we can say, we were sent by this guy. Stalwart.
Right.
See? I remember that name.
Ah.
You did it.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
No, I know.
Well-
You're just like, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So what's the game plan, people?
Yeah, maybe we should make a little bit of a better plan before we just show up. As we're walking.
Okay, well, you three can discuss your plan, and you're heading northwards to the richer part of town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, maybe because Kia's the magical one. If he's magical himself, he'll probably be able to tell that I'm not magical, rather than you are.
Well, I am, but not in the way that this is arcane. This guy was talking about.
correct.
So this is not me.
This is not a spiritual thing.
Wait,
Yeah.
so this isn't a thief we're about to talk to. Who is this?
This is a magical practitioner in this
Oh,
town.
crap. What am I supposed to say to him?
We're looking for a gem to amplify your magical powers, and it's of a natural, large cut size.
Yeah,
There we go.
what you know is he has a strange-looking house that is next to the city council hall, which is number 5. So it could be number 2 or number 3.
I'm gonna guess it's number 2, but
Well, the guards we could certainly ask and just say, we seek the expertise of the guy. I don't know.
DeWitt, I think his name is.
DeWint, yeah.
DeWint.
Yeah.
DeWitty.
Arthur DeWint.
DeWint.
Bitch. DeBouge.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're gonna ask a guard.
Maybe.
Yes. Guards love you.
Jeez.
Well, Kia, you're, charismatic. You ask the guard.
Fine. Okay, fine. Do we approach a guard? Is there a guard around?
There's several guards around this area. Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
too hard to flag one down.
I'm going to go up to one.
Okay.
Say, excuse me, sir.
Yes, madam.
Yes, I'd like to inquire about where Mr. Puther DeWint?
Oh,
What is it?
Porthon DeWint.
Porthon DeWint?
Yes, ma'am.
lives?
If you go past the council hall, he is the first building on the left. Puthon
Thank you.
DeWint. Why don't you say that to his face?
What is it? I can't say it. How do you spell it?
Porthon. Porthan. Porthon.
Mr. Poof.
Okay.
Damn, Kia.
Thank you, and I do a very gracious bow. Come on, guys. Wow, that was terrible. Stop
You
it!
guys.
Kia, I love you. Jane, I love you.
I spelled it P-O-U, so I don't remember.
Wow.
Okay, come on. Third. Mr. Poon.
Mr. Poon. We have a Shiggles, guys.
Oh gosh. No.
Okay, so the guard leads you down the street and shows you this building right here. Number 3. They've all lost it. Holy crap! They're all gone. It's a triple. Guys, we have achieved the unimaginable. The triple Shiggle. They've all gone at the same time.
Oh my god.
Shiggles. Merry Christmas,
Okay.
everybody.
Snap out of it,
Alright.
I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
sorry.
chat, man. Chat's killing me
That's
with their
killing it.
know.
I know, right? We love you guys. You're awesome.
Holy shit.
The Shiggles kind of broke last stream.
Oh my god.
Save versus Shiggles, you fail. What would a save versus Shiggles be? Is it fortitude, reflex? I think it's a willpower save.
It's a
Willpower for
save.
sure.
It's
Yeah.
will.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Jump Farmer's laughing as well.
we're going to the house. Let's go.
Going to the house.
Yes, I'm just trailing along. Don't know what to do.
Well, knowing that we're going to visit somebody who's of high authority, I will be definitely in the rear of the group.
Right.
In my usual slouch rather. So
Slutched. What?
yeah.
It's all going now, isn't it?
I'm
we've
sorry,
lost
I'm
it.
sorry.
It's Christmas.
Oh.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas time. Okay, so you all arrive outside of Porthon DeWitt's house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Am I
Are we
doing
all going
this?
in?
I'm
Yeah.
going in. I'll be your. I'm your protector. With the shield,
Yeah.
like the orc guy.
I don't know if
Yeah.
me staying outside in the rich neighborhood, kind of like stealthily around, is a good thing. maybe I should come in with
You
you.
might look suspicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just
yeah,
come,
I'm gonna.
stay in the background then.
Right.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry.
Okay, well, it's an extremely large and perfectly square single-story home that has a kind of sloped tile roof. It's very out of place for the rest of this town.
Okay. Knock.
Okay. The door is opened by probably someone in his late teens. He's kind of like a strange-looking little kid with a bowl haircut. Yes, ma'am. Can I help you?
Hello, child. I'm looking for Mr. Porthon.
Fucking Shingles. Look at him. He's gone,
Jeez.
You say, hey, kid? Really?
Hello, child.
What's up, kid?
I think that was perfect.
I'm sorry.
Do the butler voice.
Butler voice.
Hey, I am looking for...
Hello, child. I am looking for Mr. Porthon. Okay. What does the child say?
Okay, he says, can I tell His Majesty who's calling?
I'm sent from Mr. Dominique from All Things Glittery. We have an inquiry.
Oh, alright then, hang on.
Thank you.
Right, after about 15 minutes, he comes back to the door. He says, yeah, come in.
Come in, guys. You step in.
Alrighty. So once you go inside, there's let me see, a rather kind of strange looking fellow. He's got like long tendrils in his hair. It's like blonde hair, but he's got it like, it's almost like cornrows basically, but in a very kind of ghetto sort of way.
Oh my gosh.
He's got a tight goatee that's got like little beads in it.
Nice hair in this family.
You guys, man.
I'm sorry, chat. I'm gonna
Chat's
stop reading
freaking
it.
awesome.
They're killing me. Oh my god, I love you guys.
You guys are derailing the stream you're watching for your hilarity. It's freaking awesome. Nippers or nipsters? What the fuck is a nipper, you fucking scum? God. Composure, my dear friends.
Alright.
Okay, yeah. So he's got tight blonde cornrows and like a long singular
goatee.
braided goatee that's got beads in it.
Beads.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Okay. He says, "Hello."
Hello.
Well, the jeweler sent you. What do you want?
I was sent here by Mr. Dominique from All Things
Yes, we've
Glittery.
established that. What do you want?
All right. I am in search of a particular item.
Okay.
It's a sapphire of sorts. It has some magical abilities. Some large.
Don't have it. Sorry, you'll have to inquire elsewhere. Good day.
Excuse me. I'm not done here. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean you can't acquire it.
No, well it does, you see. I don't do acquisitions. I perform services for people. If you need any particular arcane skills, practiced, manifested, dealt with, that's what I do for a price. I'm not a fence. I don't acquire goods for people. Mr. DeWind is obviously very mistaken.
Jeez, this is going nowhere. Okay. Can I do a spot check to see if there's any mark on him?
You may indeed.
Okay. Let's see. Alright. 20. Oh!
And
yes!
ladies and gentlemen, there it is.
Holy
the first
natural 20!
Only for no reason, but still.
Yep, you're gonna find that there's
Freaking
no
max roll like a
Liana
boss.
with the first nat 20 of the night. Woohoo! And
to
we'll
find
raise
out
the counter
absolutely
to
nothing.
1. Go
Right?
Kia. Alrighty. Alright, you glance around and guess what? No, he has absolutely no tattoos at all on his arm.
But you know this for
definitely sure of that fact.
Oh my gosh. Well, perhaps you can get us in contact with someone who does do those types of services, sir.
Wouldn't know of anybody. Sorry.
Wait, excuse me, am I to understand that you have never come across a blue sapphire of magical properties, or that required you to identify it, or whatever it is you do with your services?
Not that I can recall, no.
Would you tell us even if it was the other way around, if you were aware? Like, would you not tell us?
That would depend on how forthcoming and honest you were with your inquiries.
Well, I'm trying to be as forthcoming as I can, but you're being very dismissive.
Is it? Well, yes. What are you looking for?
A blue sapphire of a natural size. Did you ever see one?
I've seen blue sapphires before. Of course I have. They're
of
predominantly blue.
Of magical, unnatural size.
I've seen a couple of magical sapphires in my time, but none of an unusual size, and definitely not recently. Why do I get the feeling you're beating about the bush? What is it you're really looking for?
Listen, we are looking for a guild of sorts of thieves, and we need to inquire them. We need to talk to them, inquire them.
There is indeed a thieves guild operating here in the town, but trust me, they're not the sort to steal magical items. If they do, they would do it by accident.
Well, this was a very deliberate theft, you see. This was a theft by a woman with a mark on her arm of a blue hand.
Ah! The azure hand. He said, that's a little different.
Well, that's what we're looking for.
He said, the azure hand are not to be trifled with. But I do have information on them, but the price for that information would be steep.
How much do you want?
Well, no. Let's not talk about mundane things like money.
Mm-hmm.
With your talents, I am sure that we can come to some arrangement, and you can earn my favor. Would you be willing to assist me in a small political matter? In exchange for some very specific information on how to contact the Azure Hand.
Tell me more.
One of the members of the Council of the Wheel is currying favor and bringing in a colleague of mine who he knows will vote with him rather than against him. There's a member of the council whose life is in danger. It's someone I owe a favor to. I hate owing favors. I cannot get directly involved as I don't want to be implicated as being involved. However, should a group of out-of-towners with nothing to gain... Chicktail, thank you for the follow. Stumble upon and thwart a attempt on his life, not only may these particular individuals be seen in a good, in a good light for doing a good deed by the council, but they may gain a reward of gratitude from the council itself, specifically the member who they saved. But in doing so, they could make it privately known to the said grateful council member that I was directly involved in assisting the saving of his life. And
can you speak in more plain terms?
Yes, somebody's fixing to get killed. I owe him a favor. I know who's going to kill him. You show up, save his life, tell him I tipped you off and that you are working for me. My debt is paid. I will in turn give you the information you're looking for. It's pretty simple stuff, really. I thought you were more, educated.
If you guys can see me, I'm visibly nodding like, yeah.
Yeah. And I am in the favor of saving lives today, sir, so you're in luck.
Well, this particular life is a very valued council member. I don't know how much you know about the politics of Corthan, but,
Don't care to know.
Oh, then it doesn't matter, does it?
Not really.
So, save this life. Let him know that you saved him because of me. make sure, and this is imperative, make sure he knows that I was behind sending you to save him.
We can do that.
Then,
Radovan.
once I know for a fact that that's been done, I will tell you how to contact the Azure Hand directly. Trust me, the mark you speak of is only bore by them.
Can we trust your word?
Of course you can.
Will you shake on it?
That will suffice. If the shaking of hands will make you feel confident, then yes, absolutely.
Yes, I'm a trusting person. Radovan, do you want to draw up a
Christy, baby,
contract for
thanks for
this
following.
fellow?
Look, this is your deal. I'll do it. I'm this runaroundo.
Okay.
I mean,
It's
you
this
do
simple.
It's not simple. I mean,
Of course it's simple. There's a person trying to murder a council member. You stop him. You save his life. You tell him I was behind it. Everybody's
fine.
happy.
Fine. All right. Tell us where to go. Let's do it.
Well, I know this assassin will make his attempt tomorrow night. How I know this is no concern of yours, I can tell you where the council member whose life is in danger lives. You can lay in wait, catch the assassin in the act. You may choose to pre-warn the victim if you wish. That's up to you, but if you do, I wouldn't be surprised if the assassin didn't get wind of it.
All right.
All right.
Tell us the guy. Yeah, tomorrow night.
And he says, very well. Tomorrow evening. He says, if you leave here, step out of the building, turn to your right. Travel all the way down past that weird 8-pointed house. Take the first street on the left. It's the second building down on the left-hand side. It has 3 strange arches. Right there.
And this is tomorrow night. You don't know exactly what time, but that's when it's going to happen, right?
I know he is going to make his attempt on his life tomorrow evening. Yes.
What does this guy look like that we're saving?
The council member?
Yes.
He said, that's not difficult to ascertain. He's a tall, rather slender fellow, fond of wearing purple robes, has very tight cropped brown hair, and an overly flamboyant brown moustache.
Great.
That is
Name?
his house, trust me. That's where he's going to be.
His name?
The council member? He said, the council member is known as Lord Buttward.
Okay.
And sorry, what was his name?
Lord Buttward.
So funny.
You guys know what I'm doing by now.
Oh.
It's all about the shiggles, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like a button. I can push a button here on my keyboard and make him laugh.
That was Bane's fault, man. All right.
But no, Lord
Thank you,
Buttward.
sir. Yeah. Jesus.
And do you know anything about this assassin? How he may perhaps be doing the hit?
I know that he is going to make the attempt tomorrow evening, but that is all I'm willing to disclose without giving away
You don't know
too
if he's
information.
a dagger user, a bow user,
Trust me,
a
I don't
poison
trifle
user.
myself with such things. The man is going to attempt to kill a council member. Stop him doing it. It's not difficult.
Well, then why don't you do it?
Because, as I've already said, I can't be seen to be involved. It's a very political thing, you see.
Politics are so stupid. Alright. Thank you so much,
Oh, not at
Mr.
all.
Porthan.
But if you succeed, as I said, I will tell you how to contact members of the Azure Hand.
Okay. We're off. I bow and take
Random
my leave.
letter combination. Thanks for the follow.
All right.
So that's tomorrow evening. What do you want to do for the rest of the night?
What time is it now?
Well, it's still like probably lunchtime.
Wow.
You've got an entire day to burn.
Well, I
Actually,
think we
the
should
rest of
find.
today and tomorrow.
We should learn a little bit about our Lord Buttward friend.
The councilman, right?
How do you want to do that, Risa?
Why don't you guys discuss how you want to proceed?
Anybody hungry?
Yeah, I am.
I could eat. Let's go cheap today. You know, please.
Where do you want to go?
Back to the inn?
Sure. Let's just go back to the inn. We're just gonna live in the inn. That's our deal. Yeah. back to the inn we go.
Passive aggressive
Actually,
panda,
yeah.
thanks for the follow. Okay, so you guys head back to the inn. Let's see, the boar and crown.
All right.
Let's put you at your
Well,
table.
there's definitely plenty of unresolved issues around
All
here.
right. Well, basically, you call over the waitress. She promptly serves you whatever, and you can go ahead and have a go ahead and have a chat and see what you guys want to come up with. I have to take a very, very quick AFK. I will be right back, literally like 5 seconds.
Okay.
No problem.
Haha, conspiring without the DM.
Here's what we're gonna do to him. Okay. So we have a day and a half. So we should maybe try to figure out, I don't know how, figure out more about, obviously Lord Buttward, and maybe his attacker and how he's gonna attack.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just so tired of this.
Honestly,
We
I
are-
think it's the
we're
easiest
literally-
mission we've ever been given.
Well, we weren't given much about this, but I mean, think about it. We are going to do this mission to get more information, to do another mission for the guy who needs something to do the mission for us.
It
It's
sucks,
just-
Radovan. I
It's
know.
so roundabout. It's just like,
What,
we just
what
get
else are
clear
we supposed to
answers?
do? Nobody likes to give us direct answers.
I
That's true.
honestly don't see the problem with this. This is easy.
well, what are we going to do in the interim time then? I mean, we've got
We need
2
to
days
find
get-
more information about this lord that we need to save. We need to find out where he's going to be tomorrow, what he's going to be doing, and maybe try and befriend him. Hey, if we could just tell the guy, dude.
No, because if the assassin gets wind of that, then he's not going to do it when it's planned and expected. Like, forewarning will not help us in this situation.
Okay.
Where he's going to be, okay, so we can go to the, I guess we can go to the town hall and ask for people's schedules, but that's a little weird. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man.
It's a lot.
We got a lot of time to kill, and
Well, we could maybe try and find out more about the Azure Hand.
Sorry.
yeah, but the only way to do that is to do this mission, so...
Why don't you go see your order and ask them? I'm sure they wouldn't lie to you. If you brought up the Azure Hand, they may have some info for you.
They could.
They stay out of business in the city.
But they would
just
be able to at
operate.
least tell you a little bit more than the
I
Azure
guess.
Hand.
I guess. I mean, we could just go to the authorities and ask about the Azure Hand. I mean, why
No.
not?
Nope.
Well, why not? We can go there and say, hey, you know, one of us got robbed by the Azure Hand. Or not the Azure, we were robbed
Where's
by a
your
person.
proof? Do we
Well,
really
missing,
want to? Do we
because there's
really
loss.
want to? Do we really want to attract attention
I-
of the authorities right now?
No.
You have no... I
Definitely
don't
not.
feel comfortable about the fact of what happened the night before. Like, I still
Exactly,
don't
so
know
let's
what
not
happened the
talk
night
to
before.
the authorities.
Damien 530, thanks for the follow, dude.
I just feel like they should be involved in some way. They're not bad people. They're trying to do their job. Why are we condemning them for doing their job? We're not bad people. It just feels like a course of action that you guys are so adamantly against, and I don't understand why. We're not criminals. We didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
No authorities.
But
No
hey,
authorities.
let's use my faith, right?
Yes.
Well,
I
because
mean,
you
what-
know you can trust them. You know they're not going to lie to you. We're in a city where we don't know anybody or anything. Unless we pay somebody, nobody's telling
My
you.
church is not peaches and creams, guys. It's not like, you know, all fluff, and we're hardcore. We don't mess around. So,
Well, it's better than not doing anything.
well, I mean, you guys are shirking the authorities so much that who says that they're gonna lie to us or anything? You know, I don't know. I mean,
remember what happens in the last town with those authority figures?
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
getting thrown
one
in
dude on a power trip. He's one asshole, you know, which hopefully we can deal with one of these days, maybe.
Well, obviously the politics are screwed up around here if someone's trying to kill somebody else. It's not a good... This is a terrible city. There's not going to be anything good about the leaders.
Well, that's jumping to conclusions. I don't know about that's true or not.
Can I just make a note of where Kia is sitting and how loudly we have to talk right now? So, Kia, I'm just gonna motion you to come sit closer.
Right.
Why are you sitting over there?
Come here.
There.
So, if I go to my church, what will you guys do?
What do you need me to do? Oh, I know. There's going to be an assassination tomorrow, so guess who's probably going to have to deal with that, Radovan?
What does that mean? Wait, what?
Are you going to
She's
hide?
a rogue.
No, I'm gonna stop an assassin by bludgeoning them across the fucking face. That's what I do.
And they won't see you?
Oh, they'll see me, and they'll feel it, and they'll be dead.
Good stealth.
Jesus. So, when the assassination happens, you don't want me anywhere near what's going to happen, huh? I imagine I'll be one of those...
Him. You're
I'll
gonna
be
be
one of
standing
those
there like,
healing
"Hi,
clerics in the distance
how's
going
it
like,
going?"
send us your injured over here, please. You know, oh, you got a little boo-boo on your finger, I'll heal you up. Like, come on, I'm more useful than that.
Radovan,
Bloody
we're dealing with an
clerics.
assassin who's going to be probably trying to stealth. If you're standing there like, hello! Oh, hello, how are you, sir? You're just gonna go walk into this house? Do you think he's gonna go through with his plan?
Kia's very impressed with Raisa right now.
Yeah, so am I, admittedly. I'm a little, in shock at this aggressiveness coming from her. Alright, so the assassination occurs, and you don't want me anywhere near you.
Absolutely,
Deal.
I do. But
Okay. So
this
let's
no
establish-
armor.
we're trying to sneak up on the guy. You can't just be standing there. He's gonna change his plan. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be the first point of contact. I'm gonna risk my life for all of us. And you're saying, what are you gonna do?
Well, don't forget, of course, you guys have got the drop because you know the guy's coming, so you'll have prep time.
Well, we don't know where the councilman is going to be. We assume he's going to be in his house, but that could be wrong.
Well, well, look at it this way: if this guy's a professional assassin and he's going to show up at this house to kill the guy, he'd be pretty shitty if he showed up and he wasn't there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Look, I will say this. You ladies are acting very weird. I am very confused. Gore, what are you doing?
You're the one who
Moving
won't
the
even go
magic cup.
talk to your own order. I don't understand, Radovan. We have nothing in this city, and you have a connection, and you're not willing to use it.
We have connections. We have the glittery store people and the orc. Like, who
But
knows what they're up to?
know
Those
we
are
can
not
trust.
connections.
We don't know we can trust them.
They
You have
led us to
people
the dude who
in
led
your
us to the-
faith.
Alright, I'll talk to my dudes. Alone, apparently.
You want me to come with you, Radovan?
No. Yeah, not in the slightest.
All right.
Okay.
Be alone.
So what are you two going to do while Radovan goes to talk to those at the Cathedral of St. Cuthbert?
I want to see if I can find out anything about Buttward.
Where do you want to achieve that? What do you want to do to achieve that? Where do you want to go?
I would like to.
Do you want to see what his house looks like and entry points and whatnot?
Definitely, we'll have to walk by and take a look.
Okay.
Maybe.
So Kia and Racer want to stake out the house. Yeah?
Yeah, that's not suspicious.
No, we're just gonna walk by.
No,
They
we're
don't
just
have to
gonna
walk
by
up and go, ooh, look at all those entrances and exits. This is a great place to kill somebody. I'm sure they're more subtle than that, right?
We hope so. We'll see what the rolls think, though.
Right. Okay, so all that being said, so you guys are going to split up and do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's take our friend Radovan to the religious quarter.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, Rado, it's down to you, my friend.
Is the door open?
It's not open, but it isn't locked.
Well, I'm gonna enter.
Okie dokie. Well, upon entering it, it is all you would think a majestic cathedral of St. Cuthbert would be. Stained glass windows depicting the saint himself, statues, pews, lots of silver bowls with like holy water in. There are numerous lower level priests running around and whispering to each other and doing this, that, and the other. Now, bearing in mind, of course, you've gone unadorned.
Actually, I'm wearing my armor.
Oh, you're going to wear it? Okay. Then
I wore it when we came down the next day.
Okay, that's fine then. Okay.
Because
so you in that case, then you enter the church as a priest of St. Cuthbert. Numerous initiates kind of look at you and bow, as if they, in their appropriate manner that they should. Another cleric walks up to you, standing rather tall. He's about 6 foot even. He's not as tall as you, fairly broad, wearing chainmail with a tabard over top depicting the symbol of St. Cuthbert. Walks up to you and he says, an out-of-town visitor. Welcome to the cathedral.
Greetings and well met,
He says, I am Father Denzindine. How are you?
My name is Radovan Rainier. I am doing just fine. Thank you.
He's about in his late 40s. He has like copper hair and a beard. He says, what brings you to our fair city and the Cathedral of St. Cuthbert?
I'm looking for guidance, quite frankly. I'm in a bit of a pickle, for lack of a better word.
Well, let's see what we can do to assist you. Are you hungry?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. What do you have, actually?
He says, well, follow me. And he takes you in. He
Like
kind
this
of
guy.
basically leads you into like the mess hall where they all eat and stuff like that. And they've got very basic, mundane foods. There's cheese, there's bread, there's fruit, there's tomatoes, but there's nothing of any real, nothing delicious as such. But
But the
he
food is
slides a
food,
plate in
man.
front of you.
Thank you very much.
He said, so, what quandary has St. Cuthbert put before you this day?
It is a quite long story, to be sure, but it is one where I am... Every morning I wake up alive, I have to say extra thanks to St. Cuthbert that it was not the day I died.
As do we all.
This says nothing. I have been afflicted with some curse, I guess you can say, that I have witnessed the result of, and it is gruesome and bloody. And for that, I have banded together with some other people under a similar situation.
This
And-
curse you speak of, does it in any way diffract your faith?
I have been tempted, to be sure.
And how does this curse manifest itself?
It is and I show him the mark. I basically show him the mark.
He kind of like looks rather bemused. He says, we must show this to Father Dufresne at once.
Thank you.
He kind of, like, gets up
I'll go right
hastily,
now.
leaving
Yep.
the food where it is, and hustles out the door.
I follow.
Okay, he takes you through various halls and down into the private quarters of the priests. Taking you into their private chapel, he stomps up to what appears to be a high priest of your order that is kneeling down in front of a holy statue of St. Cuthbert, and almost rudely interrupts his prayer. Touching him on the arm, he says, Father Dufresne, a member of our order is here, and I feel it is of the utmost importance that you pay attention to him. The elderly priest stands up, turning around, and walks towards you. Looking at you, kind of like, he's slightly hunched. He has kind of like a gray beard, but is very shortly kempt. Short gray hair. He's wearing a suit of chainmail with a tabard over it. You recognize him at once as a very high-ranking member. He's a high priest of your order. So he's like upper echelon stuff.
I do my greeting thing, and I bow.
Okay.
I haven't kneel. I'm gonna kneel.
Right. Even though he's probably in his late 60s, he is still an impressive 6'1". He kind of looks at you and he says, "So, what is this that my associate speaks of?"
I apologize profusely for interrupting you in the middle of your prayer.
No, not at all. You are offer no apology. You did not interrupt me.
It's a matter that I have yet to discuss with anyone else, and I feel I had to come here to take this
Tenzin
course.
Dean leans forward. He says, "He bears a mark, sir."
And then I show the mark.
Okay. He says, "Interesting. This mark. It came upon you by chance? By force? By will?"
Definitely by force. I was attacked on the road while assisting some people I thought were in trouble, and then they turned on me, and I woke up weeks later with this mark in a strange inn with no recollection of the intervening days. And it's definitely magical in nature. It has forced me to act in ways that I had never intended or wished for. Thank Cuthbert, it did not subject me to anything worse. I didn't break any laws while under this spell, but it definitely was not of my control.
And this mark. What? How has it swayed your persuasion? How has it altered your choices that you have made?
Oh, jeez.
Largely emotional, I feel the need to protect someone, and the next thing you know, I want to kill them. I haven't, and I would never hope to, but this is the
It hasn't
truth.
made you consort with elves, have it? No, joking. He says, perhaps this is a test of faith. Perhaps St. Cuthbert sees it that you should be blessed or cursed with this mark to test your shaken faith. I sense great confusion within you, young priest.
Well, it's
Invisible Modifier, thanks for the follow. Passenger side, thanks for the follow.
It's very confusing, my lord. It's not something, but I'm struggling, and I could use some guidance.
As a priest of St. Cuthbert, one should always tend to look towards the just and the law. In these things you may find the answer to your quandary.
Well, there is. I am now here in this city looking for the Azure Hand because they might have an item that can help remove some of the necromantic magic of this mark. And
the Azure Hand is a
Yes.
secret order of thieves that specialize in the acquiring of arcane items. No ordinary thieves are these. In fact, they bestow or have particular magical abilities of their own.
Well, I need to see them. I need to encounter them for answers to press on. And
do you think these answers pertain to your marks that you bear specifically?
There was a wizard in Scarrow who has an amplifying scepter that he needs. That was the Azure Hand stole part of the item from, and he said he could help us with this mark, and that's why we are here. We came from Scarrow to see the wizard. I forget his name, but it's irrelevant in some regards. My friends know, as you see.
I do not perceive the search for the Azure Hand assisting you directly with your marks, more perhaps in the pursuits of assisting you with your negotiations with this particular wizard. However, the two may be somehow entwined.
Well, anything I can do, or
I suggest you follow the path that St. Cuthbert has laid before you. If this path should lead in the thwarting of wrongdoings and the writings of misconstrued laws, then perhaps this is what St. Cuthbert has bestly chosen for you.
well, you agree that they are wrongdoers, these Azure people, right?
Oh, of course.
Well,
they
then I will
steal other people's arcane property.
Well, I just, and is the law enforcement in this town trustworthy, or do you guys associate with them often?
We disassociate with them most frequently.
That's kind of what I figured.
You see, as the Church of St. Cuthbert, residing here in the cathedral, in such a precedented, let's say, icon of civilization here that is the church, we choose to remove ourselves from local law enforcement, even though our doctrines dictate that we should right wrongs that we find and see that occur. In fact, we choose to allow the authorities here in Corthan to do their jobs. Only under the most duress and extreme circumstances do we get involved. You see, should we be seen to take direct action with wrongdoers here in the town, we would be seen to be circumnavigating and possibly undermining the authorities. We can't be seen to do this, as we are a religious order. Only should they request our direct involvement do we get involved. And as a out-of-town priest of St. Cuthbert, I urge you to consider this in any actions you might take against possible wrongdoers inside the city. Wherever possible, you should report them to the correct authorities, rather than getting diplomatically and religiously involved yourself. Of course, I'm not suggesting you should turn a blind eye to the wanton beatings or possible killing of a harmless individual. That would go against St. Cuthbert's teachings, but try not to get directly involved in anything you could possibly avoid. I understand this sounds complicated and political to a non-Corthan-dwelling priest, but it is necessary to disassociate the religious order from the politics. I'm sure you understand.
I understand that immediately. Yes, indeed. I will follow your words, and I thank you for your time.
Well, if you need anything else, please come again to the temple, and we'll be more than happy to administer to your needs.
You, as my faith and my first love, you always have. Thank you.
Well, may you have a blessed day, sir.
Good day. Good day.
Good day.
A good day.
Whatever.
Leave shaking my head like,
get out. No.
Get out of here.
Okay, so yep, you get the general gist of how the priesthood approaches.
I knew what was happening. Yeah.
Okay. So Radovan emerges from the church of St. Cuthbert. Meanwhile, on the streets of Mischief, let's see where we are. We're going to go ahead and see what our ladies are up to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys know that this is the street and this is the house associated with the potential Mark, the member of the council that's fixing to get bumped off.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I say, Cal, be free. Cal jumps out of the bag, and I tell Cal to kind of go towards the house, and we're going to find you because you're gonna get lost, little kitty.
Aw, poor kitty.
Okay, so you're basically telling Cal you want him to get lost around the grounds of the house so that you have a reason to go look for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, the house doesn't really have any grounds. It's just a very large and impressive 3-story mansion.
Right.
It's just a typical... It's like a very elaborate townhouse.
Okay. Well.
All right. Well, as we're walking down the street, it should be Cal.
Okay.
Cal, where are you?
So you're curiously calling for the kitty cat.
We are looking for our poor kitty cat.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out. I'm gonna try to go around the back, see what kind of entryways they got back there.
That's Bubba. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you, guys.
Alrighty. Basically, you kind of examine the house. It has a front and a rear entrance to it. There's about, 20 or 30 feet between it and the building behind it, and about 50 feet between it and the building to the side of it, this one here.
Okay.
It's very apparent to Raisa, being that this is more her cup of tea, should we say. There's no easy way to approach this building unseen. So, positioned correctly, it would not be... the three of you could definitely cover every angle, so it would be very hard for somebody to get to this building without one of you seeing them if you were all paying attention.
Perfect.
Okay. Can we tell if there's movement within the house? Does it look empty?
No,
Are there lights on?
The house looks fairly busy and active.
Okay.
You see people walking past the windows and stuff like that.
All right.
Are there any trees right there?
Nope, there are no trees around it. In fact, it's kind of right there on the street. It looks like there's no grounds attached to the house whatsoever, so it's very much the sort of home that the person that lives here doesn't care about any kind of gardens, any trees, anything like that. It's a place of operation for him. It's just a place to live.
Okay.
Nothing
So
fancy about it.
It seems like for this assassin to get in, he'll probably get in pretty early instead of, and like hide out somewhere for a while. Does that seem accurate? Raisa? Raisa?
This would be assumption of sorts.
Well,
yeah, I know. I'm
it does-
just trying to
it does-
figure some stuff out.
Look like there's a lot of people inside right now. I
Yeah.
wonder.
Tsunami the Tiger, thanks for the follow.
I wonder if
CFO213, thanks for the follow.
he has, like, business dealings going on right now.
Well, bearing in mind, the guy that lives here is one member of the Council of 8 that runs the entire city.
Right.
So he is somebody of severe importance. And from what some of you guys know, Raisa knows this, and I believe Radovan knows this. The most common way that people get elected in this town is by a person on the council snuffing it. Right. Which, so if you think about it, all this kind of makes sense. It seems like a political coup going on. Someone's going to bump off a council member so that, as the guy that talked to you, the wizard, said, there is a member on the council who has a family member that he wants in on the council because he knows they will vote with him. To get him in, someone has to go. This is the guy that's getting bumped. So indirectly, you've been told another council member is behind the hit, but you've been given no specifics because the guy doesn't want to go down that road.
Interesting. Okay.
So this is a very political knife edge you're walking.
Great. I'm just here waiting for Kia to charm someone. Okay.
Okay, well, I think as we kind of look around, we just gather all the information we need and keep heading down the street looking for Cal.
Alrighty. What is your game plan and Radovan's game plan after you've done the things that you guys are willing, you're looking to do? What are you doing after that?
Killing time waiting for Radovan, I'm thinking.
Yeah, we'll probably go to the tavern, maybe talk to some people there.
Okay. So you're all going to meet back up
gather
at
info.
You're all going to meet back up at the Boar and Crown
Yeah.
after the fact.
That's our home. That's all we do.
Alrighty.
Home base.
So after doing
Oh,
so,
look, we're at
you
our
meet-
table.
You meet back up at the Boar and Crown, and oh, blimey, Governor, it is 10:30, and it is time for our third and final break of the evening.